Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Orlando with Good American Sports here. Pretty much just go ahead and get into it. As y'all already know, everyone and their mama on ESPN is talking about the push yesterday. Um, there's a matchup between Oklahoma State and Texas Tech with like eight seconds left in the game. Marcus Smart uh, went and attempted to block a shot and fell into the stands, or at least a little seating area or whatever they have. Um, as he did that, I think he initially bumped into two guys who were helping him up, and you know, cool heads were, he was cool, calm, collected. Um, as the replay showed, the he immediately turned around and went straight towards the guy, and I guess they had some words, and Marcus Smart ended up pushing him, which led to a technical foul and a possible suspension. Um, Not really sure what the outcome is going to be. I guess they're going to be doing an investigation today on the situation. First off, let me just go ahead and I believe the guy's name that who was talking about Marcus Smart. His name is Jeff Orr, and he's had a reputation of saying things to players, and I believe Dick Vitale said he was in the video. He was on YouTube. It was the Texas Tech and the A&M game or something like that. Uh, and a situation like this occurred. Um, my thing is why, if he's had multiple um, incidents, I'm sure not this big, why is he still allowed in the arena? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's a booster or a fan or not. Just because Texas Tech is not a major program um, in college basketball at the moment, it doesn't mean he should get a pass. It's because they need to fill seats. Um, I um, I know Marcus Smart is in the wrong. There's always people were casting the blame. Well, he should have kept his composure, X, Y, and Z. Which I agree. I mean, you're there. You're supposed to represent yourself with class and dignity and stuff like that. Um, but let's not take away that this was instigated. There's a certain line. Everyone has a certain line that you shouldn't cross. It'll be different if you're talking about his basketball game, his his athleticism, stuff like that. Stuff on the court. There are some things you just don't need to say. Keep it respectable, and I believe Jeff crossed that line. There were reports by some analysts after the game that he said the N word to Smart, and there was some. I'm not sure if this is reputable or not, but there are reports that he said, go back to Africa, N word this, N word that, and you can tell, like, if you look at the video, go to ESPN, look at the video closely. Two guys were helping him up, and he turned around and immediately jumped up quick. This is like a light, a light went on, and his mood changed and went straight towards the fan. And it's not like he ran; he was already in the area, so it's just like a couple steps. And people, kind of disappointed in ESPN when they on their website first said Marcus Smart runs into stands. Trying to make it seem like it was another Ron Artest type of incident, which is somewhat disappointing, as I'm a big fan of ESPN. I do appreciate what Andy Katz had to say. Let's not come to assumptions. We need both sides to every both stories from each side. the same with Jay Billis and Dick Vitale, who's been an adamant supporter of Marcus Smart, even after the incident. You know, so we'll see what happens. You know, hopefully this doesn't spark a conversation about race again, like, you know, different classes and stuff like that, because I think it would be a lot different if, hypothetically, if this was Duke we're talking about. Granted, Duke doesn't do their, you know, they represent themselves pretty well, but hypothetically, if Jabari Parker went into the stands or push an individual from North Carolina or Georgia Tech or something like that, you know, I think because of the Duke label on their name, would immediately give them a pass of the incident. So I would definitely, you know, I hope the Big 12 does a thorough investigation on this. You know, I do agree. Yeah, if Smart is suspended, is warranted, of course. I mean, not the year, the rest of the year, or something like that. That would just be ridiculous. But I would definitely like to see Texas Tech take the initiative and either banning or reprimanding Jeff Orr for coming to a couple games as well. There's no reason why opposing teams or players from other teams should be degraded on by someone they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you this, Marcus Smart is from a tough neighborhood in Texas. I think it's like Fire Ranch or something like that. I guarantee you he wouldn't dare say that outside of the arena with no protection at all. So if you wouldn't say it outside of a sporting event or anything like that, don't say it at all. You know, you should be. You're older. You're a grown man. You should act like one, and don't forget that Marcus Smart is a man, and not too many men are going to be disrespected. And he's also growing. I mean, I'm older than him by just a year. I'm 21. He's 20. I mean, we all make mistakes, so you know, we could use this as a learning experience for down the road. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the Big 12 will do a thorough investigation on the matter, and you know, cooler heads prevail. So, but that's it. This is Orlando from Good American Sports. Just follow us on Twitter at GAS_sports news, or on Facebook, and my man Randy Little. So get at us, and y'all have a good one. Peace.